Hey everybody, Rosemary here, and welcome back to my Bocchi the Rock React series. Today we are going to be watching episode 4. So in the last episode, we were introduced to the last of the band members, Kita, who is a fellow student at Hitori's school, and she was kind of hinted at before. And we learned that she is like a very popular, extroverted, outgoing girl, at least on the surface. She seems, to have it all together, but she does have some kind of anxiety similar to Hitori, and she ended up being the guitarist that was mentioned by Ryo and Nijika as the one who kind of like left the band. And then we learned that Kita didn't actually know how to play guitar. She was only pretending because she has kind of like not an obsession, but a admiration for Ryo and wanted to get closer to her. So everybody got, like kind of had a moments where they all kind of hashed things out, and Kita apologized for running away, and she was welcomed back to the band. And now we kind of have the whole ensemble, and Hitori broke out of her shell a little bit to ask Kita to join the band, and then to be the one to like ask her to stay. So she was kind of the big hero in the last episode, and it ended with Hitori agreeing initially to help. No, I don't even think she was the one who brought up the suggestion of helping Kita learn how to play the guitar. Kita asked her to play the guitar, and then the other band members kind of volunteered Hitori. So that's where we left off, with Hitori teaching Kita how to play the guitar. And I feel like those two are really going to bond. I feel like those two are going to be the ones that are kind of like the closest because of that. So it's just another really sweet episode, and I'm really excited to get back into it and watch episode 4. So without further ado, let's go ahead and watch it. Yeah, I was like, I don't know much about guitars. I'm like, I thought that sounded okay, especially for a noob. Right? Do you need 3 guitars though? That seems a little much. It's funny, it's just like Kita has a kind of a fascination and admiration for Rio. Hitori does for her too. Hey, there we go. Because Hitori can sing, but she's not gonna do it in front of an audience. She's so cute. Amazing. I love that Kita just goes along with whatever Hattori does, like when she was beatboxing in the last episode. How can we be more band-like? I love Rio doesn't even, like, I'm not entertaining this. But yeah, at some point, they're going to have that realization who she is, that she's Guitar Hero. She can write lyrics, she can sing. She just doesn't have the confidence to do that. She probably will say, like, okay, I can give the lyrics, but I'm not going to sing. And Kita had a good point, and I admire people who could play the guitar and sing at the same time. Like with me, I'd have to do only one or the other. I did think that. I was like, why do they need 3 guitarists? Because most bands, you'll have like drummer, 2 guitarists, and a vocalist. Sometimes the vocalist will also play the guitar, but I'm like, it seems a little bit much. I guess you have to have it so that it's not just Hitori who's growing, it's Kita as well. And there was a comment in the last episode that I didn't really touch on, but it's true about how like Kita is like extroverted on the surface, and she can kind of like be social and be outgoing, or at least give the appearance of that. But she does have her anxieties as well. Like she talked about how she would worry that like in between the interludes when she's singing, she doesn't know what to do with her hands and she'd probably fidget. So it's like she, on the surface, she seems very confident, but she has her anxieties and she has her doubts too. Nijika seems to be the only one who's like completely confident. And Nijika, she's very emotionally intelligent. She seems to be able to pick up on people if they're having problems, and she can like divert that or try and make things better. Right, zip tie because of Kesuko band, right? And cheap too. I was just thinking, I was like, they're gonna upcharge everything because that's what they do. I bet if I looked online, there's probably going to be like Bocchi the Rock zip tie bracelets that are about that price. Okay, there we go. We're talking about the lyrics. And there she is once again cutting in. Like she could tell that she was having some trouble. And she's like, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. And Kita's the only one who calls her Goto-san. 1 week later. So when she's just doing it on her own, no problem. But when she has to do it, when there's the expectations, then, oh, I understand that. Oh my gosh, I feel this so bad. It's like, I know I have an important thing to do, but let me procrastinate and do literally anything else. Oh yeah, she talked about that, how she can't do like the really happy songs because she doesn't feel that. She feels like more of the angst, the teenage angst. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Oh yeah, they don't know. They don't know she's in a band, so she's just like, she's lost it. She's finally lost it. I wonder if Hattori at some point will be the one to sing because it must be weird for someone else to sing for lyrics. Let's say, like when she's speaking from the heart, she's talking about herself and her experiences, no problem. But if she's trying to write for somebody else, she's got the writer's block. failed to write the lyrics out this time. Oh, it's just like, just hang out together, get to know each other. Once again, doesn't Rio have all this money? They said about how she's got like a big allowance, but she knows she wants to keep it all for herself. This would be a nightmare for me. I hate getting my picture taken. I know, as someone who's like on camera, but I don't know why pictures are different. I don't know how to act natural in pictures. There's people that can look good in pictures no matter what. I am so jealous. I can't do that. She doesn't have her drum. I love the art style so much. I keep saying this, but I just love that it jumps back and forth between the different art styles. Oh, yep. Yeah, that's about how I expect it to go. Right? She's that girl. Yeah, it's just like, oh, why do you have to be so cool and cute and pretty and just like talented and outgoing? Oh my God. They've gotten used to her very quickly. She's like, does not compute, does not compute. Oh my God. There we go. Get that in a picture. And she has like a built-in audience and they don't even know. I wonder if they would like get upset that she has this audience online and she hasn't even mentioned it because they need an audience for their band. And she's like, "Have I ever jumped in my life? I don't know how to jump." Exactly. She's like, the one thing that I've been tasked to do and I can't do it. Yeah, I was gonna say she would definitely be brutally honest. I love the way that she writes it too. This is Bocchi speaking. So formal. She's gonna overdo it, isn't she? Are you winning, Diners? Oh no, is that the like, are you winning, son? There she's overthinking. We get it, we get it. Like, let me overthink how this conversation is going to go, even though it would probably be totally fine. Hey, there you go. Oh, she's just looking at like her signature. Bria's probably like, you're not speaking from the heart. I can tell. Yeah, she is. She's like, you're being too commercial. You're thinking about what's going to be popular, not what speaks to you. Normie. Oh my gosh. How are you broke? I guess she spends it all on her bass guitars. I'm so excited for this. They're probably going to assume the worst, or she's going to assume the worst, and they're going to be like, no, this is good. I hope they like it. Like, my heart is just like, oh, please. I'm so invested. I know, is Kito going to get jealous of Hattori? Oh, I just realized Kito holding onto Rio, of course. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, that was cute. I mean, they're all cute, but I love that moment at the end with just like that creepy laughing. Just like, I finally have friends. Just that one picture, she's like, proof of my friendship. Oh, this is a new ending. All right, well, I'm gonna let this play through. But oh, it's nice to see Bocchi Hattori come into her own, and she's finally becoming a little bit more confident. That was a really sweet conversation that she had with Rio. As Rio, like, if anything, she's earnest. She's not gonna mince words, and she could see right through Hattori being like, "You're just trying to write what you think is gonna be popular, not what speaks to you and your experiences." I love that thing about like it'd be so funny if a normie sang these these lyrics. All right, so another sweet episode. You're seeing the beginnings of the friendships happen. I just love how supportive they are of each other, and especially Hattori. Like, I really like Nichiko, despite the fact that she is kind of like the most outgoing one. She almost feels like probably the most of the background character. She actually like she talks a lot, but she doesn't. She hasn't really had those big moments with Hattori yet. But I just like kind of low key that she is very supportive and she seems to be very like emotionally aware and intelligent when it comes to like how to maneuver around people if they have like some anxieties or some issues or some difficulties, and she's really good at kind of being like, I don't know, the peacekeeper. Not that there's much strife amongst the band, but you know what I mean. It's just like that person always knows what to say to make people feel better. I really like her for that. And like I said, I really like that conversation that Rio had, despite the fact that, she comes across as cold. And yes, maybe she was just fishing for some free food, but she was, had some good advice for Hattori and wants to see her grow. And it was nice to see Hattori herself, like, learn to be more true to herself and not just write what she thinks would sound good coming from Kita. And Kita just being really sweet as well. I just love that we delved more into Hattori's like anxieties about even things like just how do I go into a restaurant and order food? And how do I take pictures with people because I've never had friends before? They do a really good job of balancing like the band experience with someone who has social anxiety and melding them together in a realistic way. Someone just kind of like, having issues with that about how it's just like it's a very social thing. But the fact that she's gotten this far, like with the band and all the things that she's done, it just shows that growth. And I'm just loving that for her. And I can't wait to see where they're going to go from here. I'm waiting for like the whole thing with the lyrics. Like if she's going to write more lyrics. I'm still waiting for that moment where they realize who she is and how that is going to, if that's going to cause any issues in the band. Because so far, there really hasn't been a lot of obstacles for them. Like even a big thing like Kita running away from the band, and they had like a little bit of they were hurt by that, but they got over it relatively quickly. It's not something that lingered. It's just really sweet to see, in a lot of shows that would be something that they would be kind of upset with each other for a while, and they'd have to like hash that out, and that would be a big thing. But no, they just water under the bridge, and they are just like, all right, let's just be friends and have a good time, and have a band. I imagine it's going to be maybe a little bit of an issue maybe for a little bit, but maybe they'll just be really happy that like, oh my gosh, like she's actually way better than we thought she was, and she's maybe they'll work with that. But I'm like excited to see when that moment is going to happen, of like when they realize that she's kind of like an online superstar, and she has to be able to bring that energy into actually playing live. And that's a big thing. I'm wondering, like, because what is it? The next episode is going to be episode 5. So we'll be just a little under halfway through. I'm really excited to see, like, the first actual, like, show together and, singing her lyrics and how Hattori is going to do on stage with everybody, hopefully not playing in a box. And hopefully she'll become more confident. But yes, just another cute, sweet, fun episode. Really liked it. And I love it. It's just like, it was just basically like Hattori has to write some lyrics and they have to take some pictures for the band, and yet it felt kind of high stakes for her, just like having her navigate around this, and just a lot of really sweet individual moments with the characters too. So that's gonna do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction and discussion of episode 4 of Bocchi the Rock, and stay tuned next week for episode 5. Until then, bye.
Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Emily Hornsby, Lady of Eternity, Jared Fan, Revealing Storm, Asborn Kennedy, Icognito, Harry Gazif, Zoran Ether, Cardboard, and Shadow Dragon.